Prior to going on stage, what is it that you do? Do you have like a little thing?
We used to sit around and play our guitars a little bit maybe, and I just had a little bit of a sing just to see what's going on. Going down a dirty inner city side of road, and it depends on how you feel, like whether you're getting nervous as well. I think some days for me anyway, just with, like, your voice is different every day. Yep. Especially when you're travelling and doing all the air conditioning and all that sort of stuff. And depending on how many shows you've done, like you do a really tiny warm-up because you know you're only going to just make it to the end of the show. Because we're doing a 2-hour show as well every night. So we're playing on average, I suppose, 5 nights a week at the moment.
Powderfinger! I'm excited! They're all same number!
Who are you really here to see tonight?
Powderfinger?
I've been out there, the kids are losing their minds.
Are they?
Yeah.
That's good too. Don't forget.
Is it Friday night?
Untrue. So you forget days, don't you, on the road? You don't know what day it is.
It's Bendigo. Today is Bendigo.
Yeah, it's not a day, it's Bendigo. Do you actually get nervous before gigs anymore? I know you've done a million and...
A little bit. I like the nerves. It's a bit of a nervous energy, I suppose.
Yeah.
Particularly at the start of the tour, I think I find myself more nervous about if we've got it right and all that sort of stuff. But as you get going, I think you sort of get into it, into a routine.
First gig we ever played was the Exeter.
Yeah, I got some vibe music. You guys.
Extruder.
Plug it in. Exeter, Lenny's.
Where the bass case.
Jesus.
And then we played the synagogue.
Whoa.
We played at some football club. We played the
We played a few gigs with it. And the egg. The egg, yeah, right.
Are they 2 600s?
Where's the vibe music? Okay!
I suppose it's all we've ever done, you know, since we left school. So I suppose we're going to miss that sort of identity as well. I think I will, like the JC from PF sort of thing. I think I'll get used to that. But
who's that?
That's me.
Oh, right.
I think you guys have been incredibly delicate with your political stances, and yet you've had an incredible effect as well, because you've made it known without shoving it down people's throats.
Like what we did on the Silverchair tour when we supported Reconciliation Australia, that's pretty much shoving it down people's throats without doing it in a song, isn't it? Mm. So I suppose we just took a different path.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome back onto the stage Powderfinger and Silverchair!
Are you ready? Ready, bad boy.
I mean, I suppose lyrically that you'd have to speak about that, but no one wants to get too soapboxy about stuff, but you've got to talk about something more interesting than ourselves, so.
And we don't really expect any credit for it or any thanks for it. It's just what we wanted to do. It was part of us being able to deal with all that attention that you get, and no one really tends to question you or give you too many hassles about it. It's not like people are coming up on the street and going, oh, you're from Powderfinger. You guys are fucked.
Did you ever get that?
Oh, out a few car windows, but you know.
It's hard to expand on a political idea in a song completely, isn't it, really? Yeah. I mean, if you listen to The Power and the Passion, I mean, it's quite hard to work that out, what they're actually trying to say. And you could claim that is pushing an idea down someone's throat, but really what you want to do is expand on it and find out more about it. And I suppose that, I thought if you were going to take a political stance on something, well, leave yourself open to actually explaining it better. And I think that's what supporting Reconciliation Australia and things like that might even be a more productive way of having a political stance.
It's a fragile little thing. Go lightly on the wing. Don't be put off your game. If trouble wind should blow you off your way.
Maybe Black Tears is the only song that we've had that was that openly kind of critical and that had a kind of controversial element to it.
Let's talk about Black Tears. Can you explain for people who don't know what happened when that song was released or about to be released?
Part of the song was written about an Aboriginal man that died in custody on Palm Island. It's a really well-known case. His name's Mulrunyi Doomadgee, and there was all this conjecture about the circumstances of his death, and there ended up being a trial. The policeman that had taken him into custody was eventually charged with manslaughter, and that came up right before our album was about to be released, and some of the lyrics of the song had talked about the circumstances of the case.
Black tears on a red road. These trees bear a strange fruit.
And they were things that I'd just read in the paper, but they were deemed to be potentially prejudicial to the case.
How did they know that that was...
Well, it somehow got leaked.
Right.
We don't really know what happened, but a journalist published the fact that this song was going to be prejudicial to the trial.
Are you happy about that in hindsight?
I'm not particularly happy about it, but I'd been to Uluru as well, and
Yep.
and there's all these signs there saying, please don't climb Uluru. It's like stepping on the altar at the Vatican or whatever. That's the comparison that's made, and there were people all over it, and I just thought it goes back to the day you come, that whole thing of just real disrespect for an ancient culture.
The black man's lying dead. Yeah.